Oregon, February 28, 2013. Oregon miners, some 300+ strong, attended a rally at the state capitol in Salem, Oregon. Because of some very bad legislation for private property owners, mining community felt they had to speak up and get the attention of the legislators. Kerby Jackson explains in detail what's wrong with Senate Bill SB401.
One of the most knowledgeable people on mining you'll probably meet, and he's going to hate it because I said that. But here's Kerby Jackson.
First things first, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out here, and I'd especially like to thank the people who put this together, even Ray, Claudia Wise. They did a wonderful job putting this together in so short a notice. This is literally about a week it took to put this together. That's pretty amazing. I think this is a good sign of things to come. I think that we're going to be able to stop these things. Before I continue on, I was going to talk about the mining history of Oregon. There was a gentleman down here who was talking about SB401 and private property rights. We kind of missed some of those things when Tom was talking about it and some other people were talking about it. They kind of missed one thing. SB401, when it imposes these state scenic waterways, it's going to impose a quarter-mile corridor on each side of all the streams involved. There's 30 of them. If you've read this bill, and especially the appropriate Oregon revised statutes that go with it, you can't do much of anything on your property. You have to literally submit a plan to the Oregon State Department of State Lands 1 year ahead of time before you do anything. As a gentleman down here who brought this up that it was missed mentioned, he owns property along one of those rivers.
Both sides of the stream.
Both sides of the stream. He would have to get permission to cut a tree down on his property. Do you understand what that is doing to your property rights? It's not just about mining. It is literally taking your property. It is placing it under the jurisdiction of the state of Oregon, whether it is yours, whether it is county property, or whether it is part of the federal estate.
Stealing the land.
They are absolutely stealing the land, stealing the water, stealing the minerals. If you understand what the Oregon State Department of State Lands is, it is a division of the Oregon State Land Board. The Oregon State Land Board was established in 1859 as part of the Oregon State Admission Act. Its purpose was to dispose of the mineral and timber resources of this land that it controlled. Do you understand what that means? Disposes of those resources on land it controls. That means disposes of resources on your property. Literally, when they are taking over the resources on the property. They are taking jurisdiction over. Whether it's your private property, your mining claim, your timber, your minerals, you name it, your water, they will be in control.
Isn't that why we fought the British?
Say again?
Isn't that why we fought the British?
That is exactly why we fought the British. There's been an awful lot of mention about this marble nut house that we're standing next to. Even though it was mined, all this marble here, it wasn't mined in Oregon. Did you know that? Not a speck of it. The only metal or anything that was mined here was a little bit of gold that's left over on that gold axe man up there. That was recently replated. There's no evidence that it came from Oregon. We don't know where that gold plate came from. Probably China, maybe from the Philippines, probably mined by small children down a muddy hole 100 feet deep. This is the great mining alternative that these people who want these bills basically apparently support is foreign overseas mining, corporate mining done by the Chinese, little kids down in a deep hole where even most of us, being experienced miners, we'd never do that. That's crazy. No environmental standards over there, no work standards, no labor standards. This is what we support when we don't mine here.